Okay, I'll call the rural community regular meeting of Annual Council for September 17th, 2025 to order, please. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I, Councillor Heislip, move to approve the agenda with the following. Add 8C school bus services in Hanwell, and the actual date for the next meeting of council should be November 19th.
Can I get a seconder?
I, Councillor DeCleva, second.
Any questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Not in favor? Motion carried, thank you. Can I get a motion on the consent section, please?
I, Councillor McKenzie, move to adopt consent section with removal of the Upper Kingston Fire Department to be moved to business arising 7A.
Seconder?
I, Councillor Holt, will second.
Questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried, thank you. Any disclosures tonight, council?
I disclosed a conflict in 7E. Councillor McKenzie.
Any others? Okay, moving on to public input inquiries, we don't have any. Presentations, petitions, or delegations, we don't have any of those either. In business arising from the consent section, we have the Upper Kingsclear Fire Department report, and we have Steve Johnson here to present the report.
Good day. Do you have any questions about the past month, I guess?
Just we're letting you off easy.
We're still getting a lot of brush fires. It's difficult, I guess. We were red yesterday and we're yellow today, so.
It's so dry. Oh, no. I think people are doing well.
Is there any reason why it fluctuates so radical over these last few weeks? Like, it seems like it's all of a sudden everything's green, and then it goes right to red.
We were green after last Wednesday, and I figured we would have been
Maybe
yellow by Saturday, we were yellow Sunday, and we were red Monday. So it all has to do with wind, and the wind dries everything out.
And the little bit of rain we got wasn't much.
Yeah, there wasn't enough rain to do anything, right? So
It's a computer generated system, but it only really accounts for the top layer
yeah.
of the ground.
Oh,
Although our fires this time of year are burning deep,
they go deeper.
it only accounts for the top.
Yeah, they've been burning
So
probably
broad
6 or 8 inches
leaves.
under the ground, so, yeah.
So it's a faster turn back and forth.
Yeah.
Get a bit of rain, goes green. No more rain, immediately fire.
It's for the sanity of people.
Sometimes I think a lot of people are like, why in the heck does it fluctuate so rapidly so fast?
It's green when it's raining.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Have a fire when it's raining.
It just doesn't, the wind, it doesn't take very long for for it to dry out. And spring you'll notice, until the leaves come on, then it's always yellow or red a lot more quickly than it is. Once the leaves come on, they'll leave it a little longer because it's not so likely to, yeah, there's more moisture. It's all about moisture. Moisture and wind.
Okay, no more questions for Steve? Can I get a motion to receive the fire department report?
I, Councillor Holt, move to receive the fire department report for September.
Seconder?
I, Councillor Crowe, second.
Any questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried, thank you. Thank you, Steve. You don't have to run away if you don't want to. You can stay and join our
Got training tonight, so, thank you.
All right, thanks, Steve.
See ya, Steve.
Okay, item 7B, bylaw 36/2025, subdivision bylaw, third reading by title and summary and enactment.
This will be a big one, so I, Councillor McKenzie, move that bylaw 36-2025, Hamwell Rural Community Subdivision Bylaw be given its third reading in summary by title and enacted.
Seconder.
I, Councillor Cox, second.
So I need somebody to read the summary.
Has to vote first, this is actually incorrect. If it doesn't,
Yeah.
if the vote doesn't pass, we don't read it.
Any questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried, thank you.
Okay, here we go. So, yeah, bylaw number 36-2025, Hamwell Rural Community Subdivision Bylaw. This is bylaw 36-2025. In summary, purpose: this bylaw regulates how land in the Hamwell Rural Community can be subdivided. It outlines procedures, design standards, and developer obligations to ensure orderly and responsible land development. 1. Title, Bylaw 36-2025, Subdivision Bylaw. 2. Scope and policy, governs all subdivision of land within Hanwell, and approval of subdivision plan does not guarantee the land is suitable for development, including water supply or sewage disposal. 3. Definitions, defines key terms such as council, mayor and councilors of Hanwell, developer, subdivider, person or company proposing a subdivision, development officer, official responsible for approving subdivision plans under the Community Planning Act. Market value will be determined by staff at the Capital Regional Service Commission using available sale data of vacant properties sold in the area. If a dispute on the value arises between the developer, CRSC staff, and the municipality, the developer will be responsible for engaging a professional appraiser to support the developer's position. The appraised value will be used to determine the market value for determining the amount of money for the cash in lieu calculation. Private street, a road not owned or maintained by the government. Reserve strips means a private parcel of land abutting a public street and separating that street from the next lot or block for the purpose of preventing illegal access. Subdivision type 1, simple subdivision with no new streets. Subdivision type 2, complex subdivision requiring new roads or access routes. 4, interpretation. Invalid sections do not void the entire bylaw. Measurements are in metric units. This bylaw does not override provincial or federal laws. Whichever rule is more restrictive applies. 5, requirements for a tentative plan. Developers must apply for a subdivision approval with a tentative plan showing A, proposed street names, lot layouts, land use, utilities, drainage, topography, and landscaping. B, the development officer can waive certain requirements if unnecessary. And C, the plan must comply with all standards before approval. 6, public streets. All public streets remain under the Minister of Transportation and Infrastructure. New public streets must meet provincial construction standards. Street names require approval from the Department of Public Safety and Council. Reserve strips to block access are prohibited unless owned by government. 7, private streets must intersect as close to right angles as possible. Require council approval and must follow Capital and Regional Service Commission CRSC guidelines. The developers must enter a developers agreement setting out responsibilities for construction and long-term maintenance through road association. Street names must be approved by the Department of Public Safety and Council. 8, lots, blocks, and other parcels. Every lot must have access to a public street or approved private access. Minimum lot sizes depend on available services. Public water and sewer, 18 meters width, 30 meters depth, 540 square meters area. Sewer only, 23 meters width, 30 meters depth, 672 meters squared area. And no public services, 54 meters width, 38 meters depth, and 4,000 meters square area. Lots must be between 120 to 240 meters long. Exceptions allowed for cul-de-sacs and with pedestrian access. Land for public purposes, 9. Developers must set aside 8% of the subdivision area, excluding streets, for parks or public use. Alternatively, council may require a cash in lieu payment equal to 8% of market value. Certain small or corrective subdivisions are exempt. Land value is determined by CRSC staff or an independent appraiser if disputed. 10, well water supplies. Subdivisions must show there is an adequate, safe water supply. A water supply assessment may be required under CRSC guidelines. 11, conditions precluding approval of a subdivision plan. The development officer can deny approval if A, the land is unsuitable for its intended use, or B, the proposed design prevents future subdivision. Subdivision fees, type 1, $200 plus $25 per lot. Type 2, $500 plus $50 per lot. Parcel additions are $200, document stamping is $100, variance requests are $250, and special prac meeting is $1,000. Fees are paid to the Capital and Regional Service Commission when applying. Enforcement, 12. The development officer or authorized person may enter properties for inspection to ensure compliance. 13, variances. developers can apply in writing for a variance from a bylaw requirements. CRSC may approve with conditions following the Community Planning Act. 14, subdivision signs. Temporary signs identifying the developer or subdivision name are allowed, but must be removed once 50% of the lots of the first phase are sold. Permanent signs require a developer's agreement detailing long-term maintenance responsibilities. Existing signs before the bylaw are exempt. This be enacted by the Council of Rural Community in Hamilton as follows. 1. This bylaw may be cited as the subdivision bylaw. 2. This bylaw comes into force on the date of the final passing thereof. And 3. Bylaw number 18-2015 subdivision bylaw enacted on the 14th day of October 2014 is hereby repealed.
Can I get the bylaw read? The last line? Just the title.
I did that first, but yeah, the bylaw is 36-2025 Hamwell Rural Community Subdivision bylaw.
Thank you, Councillor McKenzie, an excellent job as usual. Okay, so moving on to item C, it's the CRFC budget, and I think we want to suspend the rules to talk about this, so I need a motion to suspend the rules. Or not.
Deputy Mayor Jonah, make a motion to suspend the rules.
Do you have a seconder?
Councillor DeCleva, second.
Okay.
We have to vote.
Any questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. The rules are now suspended. So if anybody wants to have comments or whatnot on the budget, I'm going to start with Deputy Mayor Jonah on my left.
No, actually, I really have no comments. I mean,
Okay, great. Councillor Heislip?
No, I'm good.
Councillor Fox?
I'm good too.
Councillor Holt?
Likewise.
Councillor McClava?
Yeah.
Councillor McKenzie?
So I do have something to say onto it. So it was my motion to vote not in favor of the budget at our last regular session of council. And after that, we had a meeting with Capital Regional Service Commission, and they came in and explained why their expenses and so forth were going up. And I don't dispute any of that. It's great, it's very valuable information. And it's good to see that they're expanding and so forth. But the thing is, the way the budget is calculated and the way that the equalization, the way the distribution is set up, and it's not their fault, it's provincial regulation, is calculated by tax base as opposed to population. And I don't agree with that. So the reason I'm not, I still don't agree with the budget, and I still support my previous motion, is that it's more of, it's not that I don't understand what they're trying to say. I get what they're trying to say. Their expenses are going up, so they need other places to pay for it. But the proportion, but what it is, I disagree with the way the proportion is being calculated. And I think it's really about making basically a statement to the provincial government or to whoever is going to see this when it gets passed up to Regional Service Commission level, that we as a municipality, if council stays in favor of the motion because council supports the motion, that we don't agree with the way this is calculated. Like this, we understand that it's why the budget's going up and what it is and what it needs to be for them to be able to function. We just disagree with the way it's being calculated that's being passed on to us, because we are, even as a small municipality, we're disproportionately having to pay for the cost of the Regional Service Commission, which I don't think is fair. So I maintain my position from last meeting that I still stand behind the motion that was made to not agree with the budget, based on that.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Kraus?
I'm fine with it.
And last but not least, Councillor Dooley.
I'm in agreement with Councillor McKenzie. I think there's an imbalance. Understand the bills, the expenses. They did a great job explaining it. Lots of great input, insight. It feels like on a provincial government level, there's an adjustment that could be looked at. So I agree with Councillor McKenzie.
Okay, anybody else want to either agree or disagree with Councillor McKenzie?
totally agree with Councilor
I
McKenzie.
disagree.
So we have some other folks agree or disagree?
I agree with what Councilor McKenzie is saying. I feel like the formula that they were using is not sufficient. It makes us more of a, we're not a funding partner in this. We become a funding source because it's just based on population. We're paying an exorbitant amount compared to what the other partners are paying.
I believe it's based on tax base, not
Tax base.
population.
And population as well, right? That was my understanding the last time. Regardless,
Regardless, yeah.
even if it's tax-based, it's still, we're
Yeah.
paying way more
Yeah,
than
the
what we
tax
should,
base is what skews the proportionate share.
right?
Yep.
So I still feel that we should leave it the way it was at the last meeting.
I agree that it's not, that the formula they have is not fair, but I also, my concern is that it isn't up to the Regional Service Commission. I mean, they have to do what they have to do. They have to provide a budget. And I guess my thought would be we should be, expressing our concern, but I'm not going to vote against the budget.
Councillor Fox?
Well, I voted against the motion last meeting, and my thought hasn't changed there. I still think we should be supporting the budget.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Councillor Holt, you already spoke, I believe?
Regardless of how this council votes, the weight of our vote is insignificant in the overall picture of things. But regardless of what type of rationale or reasoning, I'm going to vote against the budget.
And Councillor DeCleva?
Yeah, I agree with that. I would vote against the budget too, and it's not about the Capital Region Service Commission. They did a great job. I just feel like some of the things that they have had to do to make ends meet and the changes and the new staff and all of the things that they have had to implement have been a direct result of something that they cannot control. That there were bylaws, that there were legislation put through by the provincial government that they had no control over, and unfortunately, they are having to pass that on to communities and taxpayers. So I think that the provincial government needs to be more accountable for the legislation and make things happen in a more timely fashion so that the people of New Brunswick are not paying for their inability to make things move faster on a provincial level.
And Councillor Kraus?
I'd agree with Councilor DeCleva. So
And Councillor Dooley, I believe you already agreed with Councillor McKenzie?
I do. I understand their position. They're being given a mandate. They're doing their best to play inside that sandbox. And I guess my vote is to vote against it simply on the motion of not agreeing with how the government is forcing them to do it. I don't know how else to explain it.
So, Councillor McKenzie, yes.
Yes, so then based on basically the discussion around the table, it doesn't sound like we want to make any movement on what was done last time. However, I do have a different motion that's still related to the agenda for section 7C.
Is that motion two?
Motion to?
That would be motion two, yeah.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
would like to, Councilor McKenzie, authorize and direct the mayor and CAO to voice their concerns with the consultant and/or province that has been hired to do the assessment reviews of the regional commissions, that services should be calculated on population and not on the tax base.
I'm a seconder.
I would second that. Deputy Mayor Jonah.
Any questions, comments? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried, thank you. So, moving on to item E, expense reimbursement UMNB conference.
D first.
No, that was to rescind in the motion.
No.
That's to rescind the motion. So we have to rescind the motion.
We're not rescinding it. That motion's still.
No, this is a different motion. This is the one on the
UMNB.
expense reimbursement.
September.
Okay,
You want to declare on this one too? Declaring T&E.
so do we have a motion to rescind motion 1509-2025?
I, Councillor Holt, move to rescind motion 1509-2025.
Seconder.
I Councillor Crouch.
Questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you, council. Now, item E, expense reimbursement UMB conference. So I need a motion there.
Councillor Holt, move to designate Councillor Darren McKenzie as a representative of Hanwell and authorize and direct the CAO to reimburse a per diem amount of $300 plus travel and expenses to attend the UMMD conference October 3rd to 5th, 2025, as per bylaw number 28-2022.
Seconder.
I, Councillor Dooley, second.
Questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. Thank you. Second motion.
I, Councillor Dooley, move to designate Deputy Mayor Susan Jonah and Mayor Dave Morrison as representatives of Hanwell and authorize and direct the CAO to reimburse travel expenses to attend the UMNB conference October 3rd through the 5th, 2025, as per bylaw number 28-2022.
Seconder.
I, Councillor Holt, will second.
Any questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion. Contrary minded? Motion carried. Thank you. New business. We have item A, proposed addition to reserve Village First Nation.
I, Councillor Holt, move to accept the correspondence regarding the proposed addition to reserve building and send a letter in support of the proposal.
Seconder.
I, Councillor Crouch, second.
Questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. Item B, Christmas holiday closure. That's up the office.
I, Councillor DeCleva, move that approval be given to the CAO to close the municipal office Monday, December 22nd, resuming on Monday, January 5th, 2026. That was 2025, December 22nd, 2025. Staff must use vacation or lieu, time and lieu for this closure.
Seconder.
I, Councillor Dooley, second.
Questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. Thank you, council. Item 9, proclamations. We don't have any this evening. Item 10, upcoming activities, Speeding Cheetahs Running Club at Animal Place last night, October 20th, 6 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. Halloween Trivia Night, Animal Place.
Point of order, I think we forgot 8C.
Oh, we did. We did. It was in addition to the bylaw. My apologies, council. I just got carried away. So we have an 8C in there somewhere. That's the school bus services in Hanwell.
So, Councillor Crouse had contacted the office asking if this could be added to the agenda, so pass it over to Councillor Crouse.
Okay, I sent last month, I missed the meeting because I was out for sick, for correspondence through, for the busing services in Kings Clear area. So the ones that don't come to Hamel Park Academy, we get bused. So out on Madrigal Settlement area and then on through down to Island View in the city of Fredericton, we used to have 2 buses that serviced the area. They took it away, and now we have 1 bus that picks up K to 12 students. And at the beginning of the year, for the first 3 weeks of school, the bus was late for middle school and high school. And this could all have been avoided by the second bus run, if we would have had the second bus in place, because our bus driver, she's great. She picks our kids up, she drops. Her first stop is at KCS. Her second stop is Garden Creek. Her third stop is George Street. And her last stop is FHS. So there is a lady that has started a petition. I can't remember if I sent that. She's asking for support for the petition or council to ask why the second bus, or try to get the second bus run back on, because it's just, the kids are now getting up to make and get there on time. The kids are now getting on the bus up to 15 minutes earlier So before 7 o'clock in the morning. And when you're talking kids that are in kindergarten to grade 3, that's a long day. If you have to get them up, if you're a larger family, and you gotta start getting the kids up at 5:30 in the morning, that is not fair. When we have had a second bus run out there for, ever since I was out there, so well over 30 years. So, and coming late this week, last week, we have a bus that is now picking up out of zone kids and bringing them to another school. That is clearly against their own policy. So we are, I guess they're asking for a letter and in support of a petition, online petition. I can send that out again if I can't remember if I sent it, but I'll have to.
Just point of information, are you looking for a motion to direct the CEO or clerk to have an action, or are you?
Yes, if they could send a letter, if the letter could be sent on our behalf or asking why the second bus is being eliminated, thus overcrowding of the first bus. Like it doesn't make sense, and the kids are getting up way earlier now than they should be, than they have for years.
So they haven't provided a reason why they removed that second bus?
Well, they said the first bus was enough, but, and this same bus was picking up kids on the Vasey Road and picking up kids on Woodstock Road.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, right.
so there's 3 kids, the bus is jammed with 3 kids, so 3 high school kids to a seat. And then you throw K to 12 in on top, like it's a lot. And like I said, this is the first year that's ever happened. So,
I mean, I'd go a step further and say that, you know, there's a parent to a grade 3-er. One of the reasons why I actually don't end up using the bus service is because of the combination of age groups that are on the bus. So when you get high school students and you get, you know, the very young, you know, K, 1, 2, 3s, and they're intermixing, it's a scary thing. It's stressful. It creates you know, tension at home with the kids, and it's a pretty serious topic. I would second that.
Okay, can I get a motion on the floor and then a seconder, and then we can call for questions and comments?
How are we gonna phrase it?
You're gonna
Yeah.
make the motion?
It's your situation, man. Good.
I'll second it, you report.
Is it going to the Department of Transportation? Is that who it has to go to?
I would CC Department of Education as well.
yeah,
So it makes it to the desk.
As well as.
There's a transportation division though of
yes, there
EC,
is.
like of each Anglophone West
West.
is the school district, and they have a transportation department, if that's who the letter should go to. Or whoever, can go to the government, like, as a whole.
Is it Anglophone West?
It is West.
Hang on, West, yeah.
So I authorize and direct I, Polly Heislip, move to authorize and direct the CAO to write a letter to the Anglophone West School District, as well as the Department of Transportation, in regard to the busing, removal of the second bus from the
Upper Kings Clear through to Island View.
Kings Clear through Island View area. Children are now getting on the bus too early in the morning, and the second bus needs to be reinstated.
Councillor Mackenzie will second that. It's close.
Okay, any questions, comments? Yeah. I would say that the CEO should write the letter on behalf of Hamel Council.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Can
Other
I
than
just
that.
make a comment?
Sure.
Or do we vote first before we?
No.
No, we're open for comments right now.
I'm just gonna say, like, this is just the icing on the cake of transportation issues for the school district. Like, there are several, like, variations of transportation issues. And it might not be clear how it affects all of our community, but it affects all of our community because if you can't get your kid to school, you can't go to work, right? Like, lots of people don't have childcare for their child during the day, and it's bad enough if your child gets every stomach bug going or whatever they get, but not having reliable transportation is not okay. Like, everyone pays the same taxes and everyone should be able to put their children on the bus if they choose to, and that is why I support this, because it is not fair to have to be disadvantaged because we live in a certain part of the world or the province and have to get out of your bed at a ridiculous hour. Like, we're not getting up to milk the cows, we're getting up to put our kids on a bus to go to school. I don't agree that that's okay, so.
Okay, Councillor Holt.
I feel also that the Minister of Education as well as our MLA should be CC'd on this letter.
Definitely.
There's been numerous emails sent by numerous residents
Yeah.
to a lot of them.
I think coming from council as a whole, though, would probably be carry a little bit
Yeah,
more
That's-
visibility.
that's why I'm kinda, why I was asked to bring it, I wasn't kinda, it's just, it's an issue,
It's a major concern that we have to address.
because it's not like our population went down. So,
Any other comments?
I just have a
concerns?
question. Do we know if there's any rule, I know in some provinces, there's a rule where the children are not allowed to be on the bus an hour before, like, there's minimums and maximums. Is there anything? Do we?
I don't know.
There is a rule with Anglophone West, but due to shortage of drivers, I believe they've had to be a little flexible with it. I think the rule at one point, don't quote me on this one, but was maybe 45 minutes. But the
So
problem
they're
is
breaking the rules because they don't have enough bus drivers right now and enough
They're
buses.
breaking them. They have to do what they can do with what they've got. I think that it's not just a one faucet to the problem. I think it's
It sounds like they're breaking them.
Legally, she's on the
not
legal
saying that.
Anyway, it is
I was
a-
just curious, I wasn't sure if we had that.
it makes the kids' day, the young kids' day, older kids too, an awfully long day, getting away that early in the morning, I mean,
And then think about how late they're getting home after too, so it does make for a very long day.
yeah. Councillor Holt?
And in turn, if that is the regulation, that should be noted in the communication to the Transportation Department, included in the letter, if you will.
Yep. Councillor DeClave?
Well, I wasn't sure if you were aware that the Auditor General had done a report last year on pupil transportation for the province, and so some of the supporting information for why this is not okay and the issues related to transportation can be found in that. It was the 2024 and Volume 1 report from last year.
What's the exact name of the report? I think you have there.
The Auditor General's report is Volume 1, and it's from 2024, and it's available online on the Auditor General's website. I just literally Googled Auditor General transportation.
Any other comments? We're good? Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those contrary minded? Motion carried. Thank you, council. Okay, getting back to item 10, upcoming activities, Speed and Cheetahs Running Club at Hanwell Place. The last night's October 20th, 6 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. B, Halloween Trivia Night, Hanwell Place, October 16th, 2025 from 7 to 8. Item C, Witches Brew Bash Dance, Hanwell Place, October 17th, 2025 from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. And is that the one that's adult only, I believe?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, just to mention that. And item D is Spook Fest, Hanwell Place, October 18th, 2025 from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
And I'd just like to add, we are going to make the call tomorrow. We've had absolutely no interest coming forward for the dance, so there's a very good chance it's going to be canceled tomorrow.
Can I just ask, how do we know? Like, did they have to register? No.
No, just from Facebook traction, everything that we just, it's a very difficult one to, do we buy tons of alcohol and then nobody show up and then municipality is as much alcohol?
You can take it back if you don't open
or
it.
whatever, so, yeah, we're going to.
But if you got no interest, then,
Make that call tomorrow.
I mean,
Nobody wants to party.
well,
Nobody wants to dance.
7 to
It's a
7 to
dancing
11.
party. Everyone wants to party,
It's
nobody wants to
intimidated by
dance.
dancing and social touching now post-COVID.
So,
Okay, can I get a motion to close session, please?
I, Counselor Heisler, move to go into closed session.
Seconder.
I cancel on second.
Questions, comments? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. We are now in closed session. Okay, need a motion to come out of closed session, please?
I, Councillor Cox, move to come out of closed session and go back into open session.
Seconder.
Councillor DeCleva, second.
Question, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried, thank you. Can I have another motion, please?
I, Counselor Heisler, move to authorize and direct the CAO to continue monitoring the unsightly premises under the order to comply with the bylaw officer of the Capital Region Service Commission and provide an update at the next meeting of council.
Seconder.
I, Councillor Holt, will second.
Question, comment? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried, thank you. Item 12, date, time, location, next meeting, regular council meeting, council chambers, November 19th, 2025 at 7 PM. Can I get a motion to adjourn, please?
I, Councillor Holt, motion to adjourn.
Meeting adjourned at 7:48.